Hello fellow crafters, welcome back to Tort and Tabby. I'm Hillary. Today I'm going to show you how I made my stained glass Christmas card. To make the stained glass card, you need to start with 3 sheets of the A2 size cardstock. I normally like using thicker for this because it does create a better well for the stained glass effect. You also have the actual base itself you're going to be doing a die cut out of as well. Okay, so I am going to be using their Hero Arts Color Layering Nordic Tree Combo, specifically the die itself. So for these first 2, I did try to washi tape them together, but decided not to do that for all of them. It seemed to be not necessary. I'm just putting 2 of the sheets together and placing the die center just by looking at it, not doing any measurements here. And the reason we're going to do 2 at once, sometimes it does cut through both at once, sometimes it doesn't, but it does give you the impression on the second piece of paper to be able to see where the die cut needs to be for each sheet. You want them to be in the exact same place to create the kind of deep well there that we're going to be putting our stained glass medium in. And so there's our first one cut out. And then we just take it and line up the others all together. Set our die back in place. It can kind of just, you'll feel it kind of settle into place when it fits in there. And then we'll get those second and the card base itself cut out. So all of our die cutting is done, and now we just have to create the actual window piece. And what we're going to do is just use a little Gina K Connect glue here, go around the edge of our card base Christmas tree, and just put a small sheet of transparency film on top that covers just the area of the Christmas tree. It doesn't need to be the entire card base size, just enough to cover the Christmas tree window itself. And now we're going to assemble a few of the sheets together. We're going to start just putting tape on one side of the tree here. Go ahead and line it up. Make sure you're getting them lined up carefully so there's no jagged edges. And here's where I mess up. You actually want to take this top sheet here and put it aside till tomorrow. Do not tape it to the other 2 sheets yet, like I'm doing right now, and have to figure out how to fix later on. So place this one that I'm currently taping down away. Don't touch it. You'll see me figure it out here in a moment what I did. But now I'm going to tape the 3 top ones, that should only be 2, to the card base itself. And it's going to have the transparency sheet in between these die cut sheets and the card base with the die cut you can see through. So now there's our window sheet ready to be made into stained glass. We have our gloss heavy gel to gel medium. It's our Gina K ink cube, Gina K Designs ink cube in Christmas Pine. And just 2 things of glitter right here, some old Martha Stewart one I had for a while, and some golds, 2 different shades of golds. And now we're gonna just put some of the ink down on our glass mat here. Just a nice coverage for it so that it will give us our Christmas tree color. We're gonna get our gel medium out with a spatula and start mixing it in to that Gina K Christmas Pine ink to get a really nice pretty Christmas color. We'll just add our 2 different shades of gold glitter in here and really thoroughly mix it so the glitter is nice and dispersed throughout the gel medium. Okay, once it's mixed up, you'll start getting this all on your little spatula, and here's where I realized my mistake. The reason you want to put aside the blank sheet and keep it for after the gel medium dries is so you'll have a clear place to put your sentiment tomorrow. So I was trying to figure out how to line up my die cut with another piece and decided to leave that for a little while after I go ahead and put the gel medium down. So I'll figure that out soon. Just gonna go ahead and smooth this over and try to keep the edges with the paper as clean as possible. It doesn't look very clean, but at least it's not got any really raised up areas that is going to prevent another sheet of paper from gluing down to it. And here's how I decided to fix my mistake. I just got another piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I'm putting the Christmas tree die just right in the middle or thereabout where I know the card will fit tomorrow. So 24 hours for the gel medium to dry, and then we'll go ahead and tape that final top sheet to the rest of it. Now, if you had done everything correctly, it would be the correct size of the card here. You wouldn't have to be doing this extra little bit to cut off the edges and make it even, but at least I fixed my mistake and my work is salvaged. So I'm just going to get these edges cut off here. Success! I have the card the way it should have been if I didn't make any mistakes. Although I do have an extra layer, so it's going to be a little thicker than it should be to mail, but I'll just hand deliver this one. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my Misty here so that I can add my sentiment. And for this, I'm grabbing my Gina K Scripty Holiday Sentiment. I love these ones. And I'm just going to go ahead and set out, I think the Merry and Bright I'm going to go with, and get that lined up here. I'm getting 2 layers of the Altenew Enchanted Gold Pigment ink. I make a nice and pretty sparkly sentiment here. Okay, and next we get to decorate our tree. It's going to be with stickles. I've got our Blue Bayou Gold and Christmas Red I'm going to be using to give our Christmas tree some decorations. Starting with the gold for some garland. Okay, and I'll just finish our decorations with our blue and red stickles to get a few different colored lights or bulbs or what have you on our tree. And that will finish the card out, at least once it dries. So there's our Christmas card, Merry and Bright, one I made last year. It says Happy Christmas. Another option, placed at a different section of the card, but definitely nice and fun. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please subscribe and hit like. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.